Hello, you wonderful people. How is it going? Welcome back to the Virtually Rek't Podcast with myself, Mr. PoweronVR. I'm going to point in random directions. I'm going to assume Mac is down here because that's where he belongs. So, Mr. Mac in VR and Mr. IndieVR. How are you doing,
Hi.
gentlemen?
Doing really well, mate. How are you?
Yeah, not too bad. Mr. Indy?
All good, mate. All good. All good.
Happy frickin' days. As usual on this podcast, as you guys know, please tell me that my energy has not been wasted and we actually have audio. Let me know in the chat whether or not this is actually even working. If it's not, blame one of them two because I don't deal with that side of things. So as usual, we're going to start off by telling you what we are drinking and what we've been playing. So, Mr. Mac in VR, you can start us off. What are you drinking and what have you been playing, mate?
I am drinking a very nice Australian Shiraz. It's it's
fish
lovely.
juice.
Yeah, fish juice, squeezed fish. So since we did the last podcast, I have played a lot of Batman. I finished it. I've got all the collectibles, and I'm just waiting for the update that brings Game Plus, so I can go back on the hardest difficulty with my fully upgraded Batman. Kick some ass. And there is an embargo, but I think I'm allowed to say that I've been playing Metro Awakening.
I think you're allowed to say that you have played some Metro Awakening, because then it doesn't matter which build you're talking about.
I have, obviously as part of the Meta Create program, I was given early access to Metro Awakening, and I have been playing it. But you'll have to wait until tomorrow for my review.
Paul, Mr. Indy, Are we drinking invisible alcohol? And if so, there it is, his special Scottish brew.
Highland Spring, you know what I'm saying?
Okay, the new, it's council water. Council pop. Cheers.
And what have you been playing, sir?
After our stream, do you remember you were like, oh, let's play some Population 1?
Yeah.
And then I couldn't get it working for whatever reason. So I played that a couple of times. I had really good fun. If you play at a certain time, it's actually good. But before that time, it's pretty shit. So, and just don't play on weekends if you want to play Battle Royale mode. So yeah, I've played that a few times. It was really fun. Played Batman, Arkham Shadow. I played this really cool game, which I want to talk about a bit later, called Rusty's Day Off. And also Human Fall Flat VR.
Oh, I forgot about that.
It was shit. So that's why Mac forgot.
Okay, well, we can get into that in a minute because I haven't played it, but I have some opinions on the sort of the idea and the execution of releasing that as a VR game. So we'll get into that in a minute.
So, Mr. Shuey, we kind of know what you've been playing, but what else have you been playing? And what are you drinking?
So I forgot to go out and actually get any beer because the last week has been just insane. Like I've been here, there, and everywhere. So yeah, I'm just drinking some lovely little Copperbergs. Lovely little. I mean, this is basically made for children. It's only like 3.5%, and it's like strawberries and pineapples and stuff. This is kids' juice. So it's perfectly fine. No demonetization there.
It's the stuff you find down the woods when the kids have managed to steal some drink from their mother and father, and they've gone down there to drink it. Yeah, I know exactly what it is. It's
the stuff that they'd actually drink and actually enjoy, rather than the stuff they pretend to enjoy, like whiskey and vodka and all that rubbish.
What's vodka?
That's the stuff you're drinking, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah, this whole time I'm a secret.
Russian tap water.
Yeah.
Yeah, so what have I been playing? Obviously, I've been playing a ton of I Am Cat still because it works on
Pays
YouTube.
Bills.
Yeah, it definitely pays the bills. I have been playing all sorts of bits like that, same as usual, like Titan's Clinic and all that stuff. I think did I talk about Glorilla last time we were on? I think I did because Indy, you'd played it, hadn't you?
I think so. Yeah.
So I played that. Yeah. It's
Okay.
sort of like you're a gorilla you're a baby gorilla that was in an experiment or something, and you then go outside because you break out of the lab, and then everything you eat makes you bigger, and eventually you start eating bears and stuff. It's very fun. It's a King Kong simulator.
Yeah.
Oh,
Sorry,
excellent.
there's something ringing in like with my voice in my studio. Give me a second. I'm gonna like move that and see if that changes things.
It's probably all the piles of cash, mate, and
Yeah, it's all those bitcoins, like actually minted bitcoins that I've just got laying around everywhere. They just keep falling on the floor. That's how it works these days. So I played a little bit of Batman, mainly to be able to take part in the conversation. I actually put aside a little bit of time and played that. I've been playing some Gorilla Tag because obviously that's part of sort of my audience now. So I jumped back into that, and consequently, I jumped into a game which I would argue is better. It's the same it's the same base idea, but is much better than Gorilla Tag in my opinion. And that's a game called Yeeps.
So is this why you got banned from Gorilla Tag?
Why? Because I jumped into a different game that's like Gorilla Tag. Yeah, so I mean, yeah, we can obviously talk about that. My account is currently banned from Gorilla Tag, so yeah, I'd like to talk about that tonight as well. But I think the main thing we have to talk about first is the one that I can see he's like itching to get into this conversation.
I'm not itching.
Mr. Indie. You are. I know you are. You want to have this conversation so badly.
Well, we should have had this conversation last week, but
I was ill.
He was ill. I was ill. Oh, the whole world. Because I've been down to that dirty London where he lives, where Indy lives, and every time I go down there, I come back with something because all of this lovely fresh air up north that I'm used to. And then you go down there, and it's all it's like thick with germs and dirty people.
I was going to say, it's just thick with people, Mac. Like, you have no immune system, and you come into contact with other humans, and immediately your immune system just goes, nah, and just falls down dead.
Yeah, well, it's like, when you can literally go outside and, like, drink the spring water and, like, confer with nature, and then you go down to London and, like, you see a tree and it looks ill, and you think, I know exactly how you feel, mate.
Mac drinking random puddles explains a lot about why Mac is why Mac is. Okay, so first item on the agenda then. Let's actually talk about Batman.
Right. Can you talk about it first? Because there's two very polar opinions on this, and I want to see your fence-sitting abilities.
Well, I was trying to bury the fucking lead, but apparently no, we're going spoiler central.
Well, we don't know who where.
Oh yeah, no,
Mac, going on.
No, Mac obviously definitely didn't enjoy it. That's why he's completed it and 100%ed it and is waiting to play it again. No, right. So I loaded it up, and I genuinely I was gonna wait until I had a real amount of time in order to play it, because I wanted to give it the time I think it probably deserved. Because obviously there's a lot of money gone into that.
Yes.
A lot of money has gone into that game. And it was meant to, and it's meant to be a system seller, right? Like that, it came out almost the same time as the 3S. It's designed to sell the 3S, but I never found the time. I'll be honest, I didn't find the time to really give it what I think is a deserved amount of time. But purely for this conversation, I jumped in and I have played maybe 2 hours.
Okay, so that's a decent amount of time.
Yeah, so everything I'm going to talk about, all of my opinions are purely based on that 2 hours, and I don't want anyone thinking, oh, well, he hasn't, his opinions are null and void because he hasn't come up against X, Y, and Z yet. But the other thing is, I have watched further than I've played as well, because I've seen Mac play it online on stream as well. So I have got a few sort of, I don't know, a few extra ideas. So here is I think the 3 points that I want to point out. One, the combat is boring. It's so unbelievably boring to me. It felt very because I remember playing the Arkham games, right? And admittedly, I found the combat in the Arkham games to be quite boring as well. I found them to be a little bit mundane. And this felt exactly like that. So if you liked the Arkham Flat games and you liked the combat in that, I genuinely think you will like the Arkham Shadow combat as well. Right, so that's an opinion thing. I don't think you can't categorically say it's good or bad based on that, but that's an opinion thing. So that's the first thing. the second thing is what little of the puzzle side of things I did see either felt too hidden.
Right. Okay.
Like-
That's interesting.
Yeah, so either slightly too hidden in that they could have made it like the puzzle bit is where you actually want the game to help you a little bit. The rest of it is where you want like the stealth elements and things. That's where you want, in my opinion, the game to leave you the fuck alone and just provide the sandbox for you to go and do whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah.
But the puzzle elements, I feel like there were just a few bits that once you've done it is like, oh well, no shit. But now I know where that thing is and that thing is. It all makes sense. But having to like search around as much as I did, it meant it felt like I was just playing hide and seek with certain puzzle elements rather than just trying to fix the puzzle.
Right.
And that was a little bit upsetting.
Are you talking about the main puzzles to progress the story, or are you talking about the collectible puzzles?
Both.
Because they're two different things.
Yeah, they are. No, I get that, but realistically, basically, I'm not a huge puzzle person.
Right.
I like puzzles. I like puzzles off stream. I love puzzles off stream because I can just work through them, right? And I can go quiet and I don't have to talk my mind and eventually start destroying things like my monitors and controllers and fingers and toes and my children. No. It's like I like puzzles off stream and I will happily sit there and bang my head against the wall for 2 hours. But playing it as a creator, I really don't enjoy it. And my experience thus far would make me not want to stream it.
Okay. So is that because it's a time related thing? Because obviously I have more time because of the way my channel is. I have more time to actually just play through a game.
Maybe.
So I started to play it and I thought, oh, I really like this. I'm going to invest some time in this because I wanted to get the live stream right. I wanted to get my review right because I thought it was important. Whereas,
100%.
Yeah.
100%. I completely agree with you that that's exactly how it should be played if you're going to do what your channel does, which is review games, right? Rather than just give like little bits of opinion throughout the entire playthrough. And my channel is definitely not that. Like, I was hoping that I could have done the gameplay in such a way that I could have played it for the channel and made it funny, but actually I can't. It's not a game that I can make funny. It's just a game that infuriates me in certain points. But it's not infuriating because it's bad. It's infuriating because I don't solve it quick enough.
Right. Okay.
It's the sort of game I'd have to play and then replay, and then do the gameplay from the replay, which I just don't have time to do.
Right. Okay. I understand where you're coming from.
But lastly, and this is the third point, none of the story gripped me in any way, shape, or form from any point of it.
Are you a Batman fan?
Yes, hugely.
Okay,
I actually own probably every single. I probably own every single Batman graphic novel that's ever been printed.
Right. Okay.
I have read nearly everything that has ever been done on Batman. Like, honestly, the last few years I have lapsed quite a lot when it comes to like the New 52 and then whatever they called it when they redid things after that from the DC side of things. And honestly, most of the films are kind of naff. I actually really like Batfleck. No, I mean purely from the DC universe, like the whatever they're calling it, kind of like the MCU version. As far as like the Batman was great, loved it. Like Batfleck, actually kind of enjoyed. Christian Bale stuff, not too bad. But like on the whole, I would say I really enjoy Batman. It's just something about this so far. I'm in no rush. I will eventually go and play it all, but I'm in no rush to get back to it.
Okay. Because you like to end.
That's the middle ground.
That's the middle ground. You didn't like it. So
no. Right. So that we're clear, if I have to condense everything down, I didn't dislike it. I didn't love it.
Okay.
There was enough intrigue that I feel like at some point I am actually going to go back and I'm going to play more of it to try and change my mind about certain elements, right? I didn't dislike it enough that I've already refunded it, or just like deleted it out of the fucking system memory.
Yeah.
Which I do quite a lot, by the way. If I play a game and I've played for 2 hours and I get to this point, a lot of the time I'm just like, nah, that doesn't even belong on my hard drive.
Clear the
right?
space. Clear
Exactly.
the space. Yeah.
Even if I don't need it, I'll clear the space just so that it reminds me not to play it again.
Okay.
But no, it didn't get to that point. So I genuinely believe that I am the middle ground here,
Right.
where I didn't hate it and I didn't love it.
Okay. So I'm just answering Dips has just said he's watching The Penguin with
Oh, I haven't started
Fecka.
watching that yet.
Fecka, what's his name? Colin Farrell. Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Yeah. So that's the next thing I'm going to watch on the TV. So because we like to end on a positive note,
No, we don't.
and you have been quiet.
No, you can talk, Mac. Well,
You're allowed.
Come on, Indy. Pent up. It's 2 weeks worth of pent up frustration here.
no, that's not pent up frustration. I played the Arkham game, 1 or 2 of them, maybe a little bit. Definitely one
Asylum
of them I played.
and was it Night?
I don't remember. I can't
Well, it meant a
remember.
lot to you then.
Asylum, I think maybe.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Asylum was the first one.
Yeah. So I kind of know what the games are, and
Yeah. Did you enjoy them?
not really. I found them too button bashy, and I didn't. Yeah, the combat was lackluster for me. So like the combat in the VR version was like physically button bashing, because it was just like you've hit them like 200 times to fucking to get somebody knocked out, whatever. And I get they're doing that because then later on you feel like you're actually Batman because you get all these powers and stuff. But for me, the combat was boring, and like I get why they're doing it for VR, but again, it's like Assassin's Creed. I'd like options where it doesn't have this fucking indicator and I'm going to hit you right now kind of thing. That's basically what I thought of the combat.
Yeah.
The story, I didn't really, I'm not a Batman fanboy, so it's like,
Yeah.
I've watched the Batman films, most of them, I think, but I'm not like, you're obviously really, really into Batman, and Shuey's probably the most into Batman out of everyone here, or probably most of the people that I know. Yeah, so I mean that's what I didn't like the combat. What was the other stuff? I have a question. I've watched other gameplay, right? But I didn't actually watch a lot of it. When it comes to puzzles, does Batman tell you, like, because when I did the wherever I got to, he was like, oh, there's maybe I should check behind this bookcase or something like that. Is that how the puzzles work in the game?
No.
Okay, that's good.
That's the initial. That's the first time you do any sort of investigative work. So the kind of. So what a lot of people don't realize is that Shuey, did you get to the end of outside in Gotham City? The bit where you go through the library and you go out into Gotham City.
Yeah.
It's the 4th of July and you see all the fireworks.
Yeah,
Did you actually get to the end of that? Which is the bit that Indy's talking about, where you actually do the investigation.
Yeah.
So that's the prologue.
Yeah.
Okay. It's 2 hours. The prologue is 2 hours.
Right. So I should have carried on playing for another hour, realistically. Then
kind of where the hand holding stops, which is why I kind of wanted Indy to kind of, because you know, I think you were sort of complaining about the hand holding, but and I was trying to tell you in the live stream that you haven't got to the end of the prologue yet, because the game is about 20 hours long.
Yeah, but even then, go on.
No, sorry, carry on.
I was going to say, even then, based on what I'd seen, like the combat, I just didn't like the combat, and I was just like, I thought it was just the same as Arkham, whatever the fuck I played, and I don't like that. Yeah, I just didn't like the combat, man. I was just like, it's not for me. And I don't have that background of being a Batman fan and stuff. It's just like,
right.
From my perspective, just for pure gaming. It's the same with Assassin's Creed. Like, I'm not saying it's a bad game. If you're a Batman fan, like Shui said, you know, you're probably gonna like if you're an Arkham fan or whatever. But I'm not a Batman.
Here is the thing I want to point out. Right, when it comes to the combat, I am with Indy on this. I wasn't a fan of the combat, but I genuinely don't know how I'd make it better. Like in the best combat that I ever play when it comes to like physical combat, you know, is Blade and Sorcery. I love the way the combat works in there with the ragdolls and everything, and like it. Don't get me wrong, it still could be better, but that's what I'm looking for in like the realism side of things. And I know Batman isn't realistic,
Yeah,
but and I also understand that they need to make the punches and whatnot, they need to make them feel impactful and all of this business. But I don't know how to make it better, or at least make it more favorable to somebody like me, despite the fact that I know I didn't really enjoy it.
Did you ever play Deceptive Reality?
No.
Okay. Yeah, that's got like full like fist fight combat where it's not like a rhythm game.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's the kind of combat that I would like.
Maybe I'm too into my sandboxes. Maybe I'm like playing more linear games. Maybe I've just been not spoiled. Spoiled isn't the word. Maybe I just haven't spent enough time on more linear games recently, and I need to go back to that.
Yeah, it's like linear, story-led. Not so much like corridor. You know, go down this corridor, turn left, go down that corridor. Because Batman's a little bit more open than that, especially when you get out of Gotham City and you get into the prison, the prison is fucking enormous, and there are multiple ways of getting around, multiple routes you can take. Yeah, huge amount of collectibles. Even down to the things, if you see a poster for Harvey Dent and you scan it, you get a telephone number, and if you walk past the telephone, you can grab that number, you can pick up the telephone and you can dial the number and you'll get Batman lore. You'll get
don't get me wrong, that sounds awesome and I love the sound of that.
Yeah.
And that part of it would have been really sort of like, yeah, no, this is really cool shit. But that's obviously like it's a side part of the game, and I don't play games for the side quests.
Yeah, like I said, because I think it's because I'm a obsessive compulsive collector. So I've finished Batman. I'm actually I haven't finished Batman completely because there's two rat statues hidden behind a bug in the replay screens, which I can't get to. So I'm waiting for them to fix that bug. They're aware of it. So can I talk about Batman?
Hang on 1 second before you do. Fitz, thank you very much for the memberships, buddy. Really appreciate it. I know that was a little while back, but thank you, dude. It's always appreciated. Classy buddy. Thank you very much for the unicorn. Always appreciate a unicorn. That matches my heart and soul.
Yeah, so Fitz has just said it's like the Assassin's Creed Nexus debate all over again. And then
Exactly.
I think he's kind of hit the nail on the head because I loved it. You hated it, Indy. And I think, Shuey, you weren't particularly bothered about it, were you?
No, it just didn't. Like, I never completed it because I've tried to play it twice now. Assassin's Creed. I did one where I did like 3 hours and I was like, nah, I'm good. And I went back to it after our big debate and I probably put about 5 hours into it and I was just like, every hour of this has been a wasted hour of my life. I am never going to see those hours again.
See, for it goes back to the video games. I mean, Assassin's Creed, the second one, I can't remember what it was called. It might have just been called Assassin's Creed 2.
It was called Assassin's Creed 2, but that was obviously part of a trilogy.
Yeah, so it was the one where they were in Italy, in sort of
Ezio
Auditore in Renaissance Italy, and he went to Siena, he went to Florence, he went to San Gimignano, I think he went to Pisa as well.
Oh, is this why you like Batman? Because of all the time you spent in Gotham? Because that's where this story's going, right?
So, a couple of years after I played Assassin's Creed 2, me and my wife went to Tuscany, and we went to Siena, we went to Florence, we went to San Gimignano, we went to Pisa, and it was just like I called it my Assassin's Creed tour. So no, I've never been to Gotham. I am a big fan of the Batman films. I thought the Christopher Nolan Batmans with Christian Bale were fucking fantastic. Apart from Tom Hardy's Bane, I thought that was a bit. It's like, what? I want you to die. I can't hear you. That was it kind of spoilt it a bit.
I can agree with you in that. I like those first two Dark Knights, not the third one.
Having read a lot of comics and novels with Bane in them.
No, I haven't because I'm
No. I'm saying having read. So me having read them.
Right, okay.
I never expected Christopher Nolan's Bane to sound like that, but at the same time, until I had heard, like, once I'd heard the Bane in the movies, I can't remember what I thought Bane sounded like.
He's Spanish.
Doesn't matter. I don't speak Spanish.
No, Bane has a Spanish accent.
Oh, it's like El Diego with his Spanish accent, right?
Yeah, good old.
Right, getting away. So
sorry.
I love the Batman films. I always have. I even loved Keaton's original Batman with with the Joker with his big gun and I loved all of that stuff. I loved the camp Batmans from the 60s. I'm not a DC guy, so I haven't actually read any of the Batman comics.
Mate, you've got to go read The Killing Joke if you read nothing else.
I've heard that is absolutely superb. Yeah. I was brought up on Marvel. I was brought up on Spider-Man, Fantastic Four, Avengers, Hulk. So, like, for me, the Batman films were like, oh yeah, I like Batman. He's really cool. I played Arkham Asylum. I played Arkham Knight. I played the other one where he's actually in the big city, which I thought was terrible because it went from that claustrophobia of the asylum where you were like the Predator and you couldn't, Batman couldn't just walk down an alleyway where there were guys with guns and start kicking ass because he would get like shot down, which is kind of true because even though he is a superhero, he is just a man. So I loved Asylum. I can't remember what the second one was called. I think it might have been Gotham Knight or something like that. Anyway, so I had great affection and I liked the combat. Because it wasn't button bashing, it was timing based button bashing, if that's correct. So
physical button bashing.
It was all about counters. It was all about using your special powers. I thought the Predator stuff in those games were brilliant. So I went into this game knowing from seeing the previews that it was a proper Arkham Asylum game. Like you said, they have gone in with a big budget. They've got all the original voice talent from the Arkham games. They had all the original Batman. They had Elijah Wood. They had, I can't remember who played the Joker now. Anyway, they had him. They had Alfred, and it was just, I thought, right, this is going to be pretty good. So I had the time. I got access on the Friday. The review had to come out. Well, it didn't have to come out on the Tuesday, but that was my sort of embargo. So I knew I had the Friday, Saturday, Sunday to play it, and I was just there to enjoy myself. And I think that was the difference because I had set time aside to play this game because I loved Arkham Asylum so much that I was thinking, right, hopefully this is going to be Arkham Asylum in VR. And it absolutely was. It had everything I wanted. It had the Batman lore, like you said, the scanning of the posters. You could ring Harvey Dent. You could ring, Quinzel. You could. It was just really good. Those little tiny touches that the graphics were. I disagree with Indie here because I thought the graphics were really good.
I
I'm choking to death.
No, I don't know what build you had. The graphics were like they weren't. It was like a smear. It was like it wasn't sharp. It was like no. The graphics for me didn't look that good.
So that we've got a scale then, Indy. Yeah. Best graphics on a standalone game for you.
I mean, I haven't played probably Assassin's Creed, I'd say.
Oh God, that's not even close.
I thought
Okay.
the Assassin's Creed graphics looked better than on Batman. I haven't played Red Matter and all that shit. Batman's graphics, like especially in the distance, it just looked really soft, and it just looked soft in general. In my live stream, I was explaining it as I was playing it.
Yeah,
And
well,
if it looked great, I would
watched
say.
the live stream.
Yeah.
Your microphone keeps getting muffled and cutting out. By the way.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, mate.
Okay.
I really don't know what that is. Can you hear? Is that happening on the live stream as well? Anyway, yeah, I don't think it's all that. I haven't played Red Matter, so I don't know what is the best looking standalone VR game then, in your guys' opinions, apart from Batman.
No, it's Red Matter.
Okay.
By a wide margin to most other games, Red Matter 2 is by far the best looking on any system that I have seen it on.
Okay.
I think that after I played Red Matter, and they've also done an enhanced Quest 3 version if you get a chance to go back and play that. So playing Red Matter 2. Yes.
I refunded your gift of Batman, so I can't play it anymore.
I know.
Thank you for that. I do appreciate that, Mac. I just thought it's like
right,
I'm not going to carry on playing, so it's like you might as well give it to your community. Yeah.
That's fair enough. Yeah, I mean, I did. Weeble got a copy. What a surprise! And one of my other people during the live stream got a copy. Yeah. So Red Matter 2 made me think that actually Half-Life Alyx is achievable on a standalone headset, because Red Matter 2 is all the objects are interactive, similar to Half-Life Alyx. The graphics are really good. It's just the shooting, maybe not so much. It was a bit crap when it first came out, but they did patch it and it did make it better. But yeah, Red Matter 2, I think, is the standout game for me until Batman came out.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe I had a different bit. Nah, I have no fucking idea. I just didn't think it looked as good as everyone said it did. So I honestly thought that Assassin's Creed looked better. I don't know, like literally. So maybe my memory's fucking fucked.
No, I thought the graphics. I mean, there were some weird high. In the cutscenes are all done in engine, which I think shows confidence in the engine. And there were some weird things going on with people's hair, but in the actual game itself, when you're fighting, when you're sleuthing, when you're exploring, I thought it was really good. There's a bit where James Gordon gets shot at on a balcony, and then you're looking out over Gotham City on the 4th of July, and there's fireworks going off, and it just looks incredible. I just thought it looked incredible.
Shaven, I don't fully disagree with you. No, that's a lie. Actually, I still think Red Matter 2 is still the best looking game. Next would be what Clueless has just put there, which is Hubris. I think looked really, really good.
Terrible game,
but it looks really good. The name of my review for that game was A Beautiful Disaster. It was it was exactly that. But yeah, Asgard's 2, it does look good. It plays well, but I wouldn't say it's phenomenal looking.
No.
Whereas Red Matter 2 is actively disgustingly beautiful.
Asgard's Wrath has just had a Quest 3 update. A Quest 3 graphics update. I'm just going to answer Russ Blake because he seems to have his nose is out of joint because we didn't answer. Yes, I got to the Scarecrow boss, and that level is fucking phenomenal. Because
I think he meant me.
Yeah. All right. Okay. Yeah. Apologies, Russ. The Scarecrow level is horribly spooky, and you see like a wraith Batman. And it's just like, oh man, that looks incredible. I'd like to be that Batman because he wants to go and kill people. So in my defense, graphically, I thought Batman was, yeah, possibly like Red Matter 2, the enhanced Quest 3 version. It's like the Half-Life Alyx of the standalone. It's like it's head and shoulders above everybody else. I don't even know how they did it. But like to me, the next one down is Batman, though that could be usurped quite soon by something else that I've played, which we might talk about later briefly, because we're not actually allowed to give any details as such. So the story, yeah, I kind of agree with Chewie more than Indy, because like Chewie's invested in Batman. I thought the story was okay. You got to see some of the characters before they become the characters that you know them for. I'm not giving any spoilers away, but it was okay. It was okay. It's like Harvey Dent, Jim Gordon, what's she called? Harleen Quinzel? I can't remember what her first name is.
I don't know.
Just call it Dr. Quinzel.
Dr. Quinzel. And there's other little really good things when you're actually in Blackgate Prison. There's like a little bit where you're crawling through the ducts, and if you stop over every single prison cell, there's like a little bit of dialogue between the prisoners, and you're thinking, "Oh my god, I know who that is. That's such and such." And so I loved all that sort of stuff. But yeah, the story was okay. I mean, video game stories aren't known for being like War and Peace, but I thought it was all right. Yeah, it was okay. Yeah, it's okay. However, as far as the combat goes, I completely disagree with both of you. I completely, utterly disagree with both of you, and I think it's the way you play it. Because I went into it fighting like Batman. I was throwing proper full punches. Admittedly, at the beginning, when they're teaching you, you bump, punch somebody in the face, you knock them down, then you see like the markers coming in for people who are going to punch you, and all you have to do is just punch out to the side that you can see it, and then they sort of stagger back, and you turn to face them, and then you can hit them again, or you can move on. It's up to you.
I'd rather they hit me. That'd be more immersive.
Yeah, so how did that go when you tried to play on the hard difficulty?
What do you mean?
You initially tried to play on the hard difficulty, and you got to the first fight. What happened?
I don't remember. I think
you died straight away.
Yeah, but I'd rather they hit me than the thingies come up, because I'll get used to it. That's why I like playing games in the hardest mode. And that if I wasn't streaming, I would have just kept playing it in the hard mode until I got the hang of it. I'd rather they just hit me. And I'm sorry, but the combat, let's hit him now. I'm about to hit him. I was just like, fuck this. Like, it really, like, in a game, that is something that is a massive, one of the biggest things that fucks me off in a game. And that's one of the main reasons I didn't do it.
Can I put you in a scenario here? You didn't even get through the prologue, all right? And you didn't get into the first fight where you're actually surrounded, and it's impossible. It's impossible in VR to keep up with how many people you're fighting against. I think there was one point during a battle with Falcone in the prison where I think there was about 20 people on screen. There was 20 people in this arena with me, right? And it was crazy because you were just surrounded by people. So you had a chance. You didn't even have a chance to even like a 3-punch combo, bang, bang, and somebody would be on your side or on your right. There is a power up later on where you can push both hands out and you will do a bang, bang to knock them back, and then you can get on with doing what you're doing. But it in the later combat, you get into a flow state. I know that sounds really bizarre. And as you get your upgrades, you get a combo upgrade for your Batarang. You get a combo upgrade for your Bat Claw. You get a combo upgrade where once you've done like 8 hits without getting struck yourself, you can go into your combo mode and you can strike the floor, and you get this huge bats all fly around, and they all attack all the people that are around you. And then you can literally just go bang, 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 and you literally go into a flow state where you literally just bang, 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 combo, do your combo, bang, 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 get the other combo up. And I think my maximum combos was 8. That was 32 unanswered strikes and 4 combos, 4 combo strikes.
I think this might be where this might actually be pointing out to me why I didn't enjoy it.
Okay.
Because actually, you talk about the flow state, and I get that, right? I kind of like combos when it comes to rhythm games and stuff.
Yeah.
But
And
when it comes
it's very, very rhythm oriented because there's actually a point where you can hit too quickly because you're so surrounded that you think, shit, I need to go bang, bang, bang. And you can't, because if you go bang, 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 it goes, oh, you didn't, you actually struck before the icon came up. So it's like a bang, 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 flow state, bang, 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 flow state, bang. And you kind of get into that rhythm.
Right, so there was a game that I played recently, and I cannot remember what it was for the light. It's rattling in my brain, and it's really annoying me. But there was a system where if you go to punch and you punch too quickly, the strike is really light. So you've actually got to slow it down slightly so that you feel the impact of it, right? Yeah. And I would have liked, because if I'm playing like Blade and Sorcery, right, I would have preferred if I managed to hit a few people without being hit, it gives me like a 2-second slow-mo system. And that's it. That's the entire extent of the combo system. Because comboing, like doing special moves and stuff with that, makes it feel, it takes me out of the combat of it, right? Obviously, I do jiu-jitsu in real life. That's a sport that I like doing. And the moment that I have to slow down for my opponent when we're learning, I don't mind doing it because that's what being a good uki is all about. Yeah. But the moment we have to slow things down is the moment that I'm pulled out of the scenario. Yeah. And I think that's what might be happening with this game and the combat in this game is that the combo side of things doesn't make me feel like I'm actually Batman and I'm in danger. It makes me feel like I'm in a rhythm game. And that's not what I wanted from it.
Yeah. But in later... So because did you come up against the football thug, the guy with the red armor, the one you can't hit?
No, I don't think so.
Okay,
I might be wrong, but I don't remember.
So you got your basic thug, okay, and then the first heavy you're introduced to is like a guy in like a sort of red body armor, and you can't hit him. You can't. You can block him if he's going to hit you. You can do the thing to hit him, but you'll just knock him back. Right? What you need to do is do a cape swipe. That knocks him back. You can do, and once you've done the cape swipe, you can go in and hit him, but he takes a lot of taking down. You've got to hit him about 15 times just to get his knockout 3 blows up. Okay? And in that meantime, you've got another 5 guys who are trying to attack you.
Yeah, see that just doesn't appeal to me, and I don't think it appeals to Surge in the same way. Tell me if I'm wrong, Surge.
No,
but like I said, it's what you don't understand about the later combat is you get into this state of mind where you're looking at who you're fighting and you're going, right, okay, I can't take him on right now because I've got fucking 5 guys over here, not with hamburgers, but 5 guys. So you think, right, so I need to neutralize him, but not knock him out. I need to neutralize him quickly. And you can do that. There's little moves you can do. If you've got a guy with an electric baton, electrified baton, you can just quickly do like you can flip over his back, punch him in the back, he drops his baton, right, quickly move on, because they're the dangerous ones and the guys with the guns. So you need to sort of quickly move around the battlefield, neutralizing the most dangerous people first, taking them kind of out of the equation, take on a few of the easier thugs, take them out, going back to your more difficult people. So it becomes like a dance of death. And it gets really, really hard. Like later on, it gets really, really hard.
Okay, so the difference between, and I think I've realized that the difference between the conversation we're having now compared to the conversation we had about Assassin's Creed Nexus is that fundamentally, I think Assassin's Creed Nexus was not a good game. The difference is that now with Batman, I don't necessarily think it's a bad game. I just think that my opinion of it is that I didn't enjoy it, right?
Oh, okay.
I'm saying that I didn't enjoy what they were providing for me in the same way that if I went to a restaurant and I ordered, I don't know, steak, I'm not going to enjoy it because A, I'm a vegetarian, and B, because steak tastes like shit and anyone who raves about it is an idiot, in my opinion. Come at me, people. I'm willing to fight on this one. Like, eat anything else that tastes better.
Okay, well, we're moving away from Batman.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is that they provided me something, and I just didn't enjoy it. That's fine. Whereas
life.
Assassin's Creed Nexus, I think was a fundamentally bad game.
Yeah, if you're a Batman fan, then have fun, and I'm sure you'd enjoy it. But for me, just like from what I played, no.
Right, so we had a long conversation before I gifted you the game, because I was going to gift you the game, and you said I'm not going to enjoy it. So we had a long conversation because I'd already played it, and I believe you had a conversation with Shuey as well. And my problem is, you talked yourself out of enjoying it before you'd even played it. And I could tell as soon as you started the stream that you were like, "Oh, I don't like this. Oh, I don't like that." I mean, I know that like when you're running and you get the rushy, like swirly things running towards you, I turned that off straight away immediately as well. But my impression from talking to you was you weren't going to like that game regardless.
I played the Arkham games, and I didn't think they were all that.
Right.
So I'd seen by that point, I think WD was streaming it or something, and I'd looked at it and I saw him playing it, and I just knew that it's going to be the same feeling. And I didn't just slag the game off the whole time. There were bits that were all right, but in general, it's like I'm not a Batman fanboy, or like I'm not into all the Batman lore and fucking Harlequin's tits or whatever the fuck. But I know that by watching gameplay in the trailer, it doesn't matter what game it is, I'll know. Even in movies and TV shows and shit, I know if I'm going to like the game or not. And based on what me playing the old Arkham games, it's just more of the same. And I was just, I gave it a fair go, and I was just like, nah. And I was like, okay, am I going to? Hey, first thing was, am I going to finish this game? I was like, no, because it's not my kind of cup of tea. So that's why I was just like, I'd rather that you had the credit back in your account to give to other people, because I know I wouldn't have played through it.
Yeah. So I was going out, so I only watched the first hour of the live stream. I think Weeble watched the whole live stream, and so I'm not. This is a difference of opinion. This isn't me getting annoyed at you. This is just a difference of opinion. You rage quit because you wouldn't use the tools that were given to you by the game.
It wasn't rage quit.
Oh, well, you quit.
No, I wanted to stop playing before the 2 hour mark so that you could get your refund.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah.
Weeble said you rage quit, so that I didn't see the end of the stream.
Weeble's got dementia.
So Weeble,
he still thinks he's in World War II.
it's all your fault.
No, I didn't rage quit. Yeah.
But the thing that I was trying to explain to you during the live stream was you were like, I don't want to use Detective Vision because I don't want to see where everybody is. And I was trying to say to you, but it's not cheating, it's a gameplay mechanic.
Yeah, but I said pretty much as soon as you said that, okay, yeah, I get that as part of the game because I played the Arkham games before.
Yeah.
So yeah, man. I mean, if they had, I'm not going to play the game again. But if they had a thing where you could do that, but without seeing people, but the Detective Vision just for the bits where the puzzles or whatever the fuck, that'd be better for me. But I'm just not gonna. It literally isn't my kind of game.
Yeah, I mean that's fine. I'm not saying that.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that you're right. I'm not saying that I'm right. I'm not saying that Shuey's right. Shuey's probably got the more balanced opinion because he said it was okay. It's not. I loved it. Right. So just one more thing before we go. Hold on. Right. So the puzzles. Right. I'm an obsessive 100. If I like a game, I'm an obsessive 100% collectible person, and not the puzzles outside of the game, which are the collectible puzzles. I thought were really clever. The later puzzles are really fucking hard, and you literally sit there, and you're like, that scene in Big Bang Theory where Sheldon and Leonard are in front of a board and they're just looking at this maths problem, just like not doing anything, just looking at the maths problem.
Never watched
and
it. Sorry.
How do we know each other? I don't. Why do I love you so much? I don't know.
Because I got a big penis, that's why.
Oh, that big 8 inches. If you came up north, it'll only be 4 because it's cold.
No, because 4 inches will be in your mouth. Sorry, carry on.
Oh, there's us demonetized. Right. So yeah, there was like one particular puzzle. I remember it really well. So it was 2 numbers and a division sign, and on the other side there was 2 numbers and a multiplication sign. And then you had a keypad, and you had to. It was like on one side. Yeah. Anyway, there was a keypad, and you had to put the code in. So I was like, right, okay. And I sat there looking at it for ages, thinking, could it be this? Try that keypad. No, that's not it. And then eventually I got it, and I was like, it was like a sort of, after about 10 minutes of just sitting there looking at this problem, trying to figure it out, and I got it, and I got the collectible, and I walked away, and I was happy. So that 10 minutes wasn't wasted. I enjoyed it. It was frustrating at points because I thought I had it a couple of times and I didn't. And like, so for me, I like those puzzles. I like those collectibles. So I am going to sit there and work that puzzle out so I can get that bloody Rat King statue, which I know, like Shuey said, he didn't enjoy that. You didn't get into the later parts of the game where the puzzles get a lot more difficult. I mean, like a lot more difficult.
Yeah, but I watched part of your live stream, and one of the puzzles that you were doing was that you were in a sewer system, which I assume, like from what I've seen you play, is 98% of the game, and you sort of like there was like this roller above you and a bunch of steam going into different places, and then you had to get above it to be able to put the numbers from the roller into the keypad to change the steam. And I was just like, this is such lazy design.
That was one of the less interesting puzzles. It was a puzzle, but it was less interesting.
Yeah, and that's fine. What I'm saying is like the moment I see something like that, and this was admittedly this was before I played.
Yeah.
Like I'd seen you do that on stream, and I was watching that, and I was just like, This is the filler bit. This is when you're talking about how the meal tasted in a novel. Like no one gives a fuck how your like penne arrabbiata tasted
or your steak.
Exactly. You're just trying to fill up
beautiful, juicy, rare steak when you cut into it and it's like pink and then a bit red in the middle and the blood comes out and they put it in.
It's advertising, mate. It's the same as fucking Valentine's Day and Easter. It is advertising. It's trying to make you spend money on something that is not fucking worth it. It's yeah. Anyway,
we disagree on that because I'm a meat eater and you.
I used to eat a lot of steak. Used to eat a lot of steak.
He's calling you. He's saying you're not a man anymore. Shuey, that's what he's trying to say.
I'm not saying that.
I am.
I've met his wife. I've seen his kids. They're on the podcast. He's more of a man than I am. I haven't got kids. I've just got a fucking dog that looks like a mop.
I never claimed to be a man. So that we are clear.
Right. So in conclusion, I think this is fair enough to say Indy didn't like Batman in the slightest because he thought there was too much hand-holding. Shuey's kind of on the fence. If you had more time, you might go back and play it.
Yeah, if I ever get a point where I have a day where I don't actually have to work and there's like not something else that I'm meant to be doing, I would go back and try it again.
Sorry, Shuey. Sorry, Indy, your mic blew out again. Didn't hear what you said.
I can't even remember. Oh, you said hand-holding, yeah. I was talking about the combat where all the blah, 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 and I'm about to eat you and all that shit, but you said that's part of the game. So, yeah, I just didn't like the fucking game. And, like, I know you said I talked myself out of it, but like I said before, I played a Batman Arkham game, and I watched bits and pieces of people playing, and I know from watching people playing stuff or trailers or whatever the fuck if I'm going to like it or not. And, like, you might think that's prejudgment and all this kind of shit, but 99% of the time, when I see something and I think I ain't going to like it, and then I watch it or play it or whatever, then it's not because I've already got that preconceived thing. It's because I already see why I'm not going to like it. I don't like wasting my time on shit. I've wasted too much time on shit. in my 41 years on this fucking place. I'm not calling Batman shit, by the way. I'm just saying it's not.
All right. Let's call it on the Batman conversation. It has gone on way too long.
Yeah. I don't think it did. I think
please don't blame my brains out if you talk about Batman.
I think it's a blockbuster game that's going to sell headsets.
Good.
And that's fine. Fine. I don't disagree with you. I think that most people will probably agree with you in the same way that a lot of people enjoyed Asgard's Wrath 2 a lot more than I did.
Should we talk about that and Asgard's Wrath 2? Oh, you didn't like it?
No, let's not talk about that.
Okay.
It's not I even didn't like it. It was just okay.
Yeah.
My problem with Asgard's Wrath 2 is that it's one of those games you need to play constantly, because if you go away for 2 weeks and come back, you can't remember how to play the game because there's so many things you can do.
Yeah. I mean, that's the reason why I like Battle Royale games, right? Like why I'm so into those is that you can just jump in, play a couple of hours, jump out and come back 2 weeks later. And yeah, you'll probably suck slightly more than if you'd have played 2 weeks in a row. But yeah, I like dipping in and out of stuff rather than getting like super bogged down into something for days, weeks on end. But yeah, what other things do you want to talk about?
Can I just quickly, can we go through your chat and my chat just to say hello to everybody, Indie? So I've got Mobeast, Dyslexic, I've got Weeble, PC, VR, and Quest in the chat. Blue Bottles, Clazel Dazed. Mr.
Then we always appreciate you idiot.
Christian Kerry, Shaven Monkey, Fitzy, Weebles, Captain Pixus, or El Diego as we know him, and Evil Kingus has just jumped in. So, and Zenquility's just gifted 10 memberships, or a membership for 15 months, or he's just joined. Oh no, he is a member. He's been a member for 15 months. Fuck me. I couldn't read it because my glasses. Honestly, I've got these new things. I've got these new glasses, and they are rubbish. So I specifically said to the optician, I need bifocals for reading and my reading for a computer. And I think fucking Stevie Wonder made my lenses because I can't see shit. Sorry, Zenquility, I completely screwed that up.
Okay.
Who's in your chat, mate?
Got Classy Baddie, Sneaky
Classy.
King, Dark VR Night. We've got Mac in VR. How you doing, Mac? Dipsing, Maniac Psycho, The Googly, Donald Metz, Ross Blake. I don't know if he hung around after we didn't read his comments.
I don't think he did.
Yeah. Don't read your comments. What's the point? Sorry, Russ, we're having a debate. So, Captain Pixus, Slow Coach, PoweronVR, and that's it. Oh, Zenquility. Thank you for the membership, Zenquility.
Oh, okay. I'm never ever going to say anything ever again. I'm just going to sit here. Hey,
you're so butthurt.
Honestly, these glasses, I hate them. Just spent a load of money on them, and they're. I've had to go back. I'll have to go back to my old glasses. Hey, German Rifter.
Hey, Rifter.
Hey, German Rifter. How's it going, man? Speaking about eyes and glasses and stuff, I'm actually going to go and get my eyes lasered this week.
Excellent.
Well, I'm going for my first appointment to go and discuss it at least, but because I want the super ultra mega like guarantee your eyesight back in 2 days bollocks. I've got to go down to London for that.
Which is what Time for VR had, which is basically your motivation, isn't it?
No, so he didn't have the one I'm having. I'm having because I don't think what I'm having was available when he had his.
Oh right, okay.
But this one,
because his sound pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, his does. This one, they don't. They not only do they scan the actual lens and stuff, they use this special laser that creates bubbles within my eye, which doesn't scare me at all. And then they create
laser beams.
Yeah, laser beam, and then they make this tiny little incision, and then sort of vacuum it out. And I was just yeah, cool. Let's fucking go for it.
I hope they do one at a time. Or do you
I'm going to do both at the same time.
Oh, fuck me. Okay.
Yeah, no. So I've got to get a hotel in London as well, and stay because I've got to go back the next day. I've got to travel like this. blind, so I'm either going to have my wife or someone come with me, and basically look after me for 24 to 48 hours. But yeah, it should be good.
Good man. So I take it you're going to make a load of content and then have at least 3 days off.
I'm going to have a full week off.
Okay, mate. Yeah.
I'm going to smash out content. I'm going to next to kill myself before I go and do it with content, and
When is
then
that?
go from there.
Look at Indy with his perfectly 41-year-old eyes that are still working. Git.
Yeah, I went to the opticians not long ago. They're like 20/20, nothing wrong with your eyes. Saw that fucking porn I started watching in magazines when I was about fucking a little kid. Just
You'd
keep my
think you'd
eyes
be
in
like
action.
this, though, wouldn't you?
Right, VR stuff.
VR stuff. not
Okay.
wanking and eyes.
I
Gorilla
wa-
Tag. Oh, sorry,
Yeah.
Indy.
No, let's talk about your Gorilla Shag experience.
Yeah, so Gorilla Tag. I've recently tried to get back into that a little bit, and my account has been banned. And why has my account been banned? Well, my account has been banned because someone didn't like what was going on in the server, and I'm not sure what, because it felt pretty. The server felt pretty okay, actually. Like for a Gorilla Tag server, it felt kind of wholesome on the like level of Gorilla Tag to like Gorilla Tag, and it was going like it was fairly like childish, but it was good humored behavior, I would say. There didn't seem to be any actual toxicity. There seemed to be a little bit of teasing and things like that, but somebody got super butthurt, and they basically went up to the leaderboard and went, report everyone. And yeah, so my account got banned. But the thing is this isn't the first time. My account got banned for toxic behavior not long ago as well. So when I appealed the ban, they turned round and they were just like, no, we are infallible. Therefore, we know exactly what happened. I'm like, okay. And so our word is truth, the light, and everything in between. And no, your account's going to stay banned for 4 weeks.
That sounds like God complex to me. That sounds like Tabor level God complex.
No, I understand why they're doing it. I
How
do
dare
understand
you.
why they're doing it, because if you give an inch, the rest of the community, who, let's face it, there are a considerable amount of toxicity within the Gorilla Tag community.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They will take not just a mile, they will take your entire land. They will take your country. So I understand why they're doing it, but it is a little bit upsetting because I really wanted to get back into that. I really wanted to start producing some content for it. And I can do it on my Steam account, you know, it's not the end of the world. But I wanted to do it on native content. But
I'm going to stream snipe you and get you banned again on Steam. But you'll know it's me because I'll be the one going, how the fuck do you move in this stupid game? And you've got your I am cat legs going.
You know what? Gorilla Tag movement is so much harder than I am cat movement because
Yeah.
it's so much more nuanced. Like, people don't seem to. I don't think people realize just how nuanced really, really good Gorilla Tag players are with their movements. And going from I am cat, where I'm pretty good at the I am cat movement, going from that to Gorilla Tag, I am awful. I am terrible at that game. Like there are 3-year-olds that are doing better at that game than I am by a wide margin.
I am not playing Gorilla Tag
I've
at
never-
all.
I
I
think-
struggle with I am cat. Sorry, Indy.
I don't even know if I played it. I don't even think I have.
Mate, you've got to go
I
and
might have
try it at least
downloaded it.
once because it is such a different experience than you will have in any other game. Go into a private lobby and just go and try out the actual movement mechanics because it genuinely is fun.
More fun than Pop
I'll
1.
come with you. Huh?
More fun than Pop 1.
It's the movement mechanics are way more fun than Pop 1.
Yeah, joking. Pop 1's a fucking. That was fun.
It's a bit
back in the
weird.
day. Yeah. Yeah, I might have tried. I can't remember, but there's something in my mind saying I have been in it. I can't fucking remember, to be honest. But yeah, maybe we should. We'll give it a little go. Mac, you're fucking doing it as well if I have to.
Oh no! You see, what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk myself out of it because I don't like the idea of it.
Sorry, I just want to respond to Maniac. I think that is incredibly self-indulgent, buddy. Like, I don't get me wrong. I fully endorse the whole. You have your own right to speak and everything, and everyone has the right to free speech, and I genuinely think that people should have that. However, the right to free speech does not absolve you from consequence. Like, if you're a complete prick to people, there should be consequences for that. I'm a true believer in that, which is why I don't come on here and I don't browbeat Mac down for his bad opinions on Assassin's Creed Nexus, right? I will talk him through why he's wrong, but I'm not gonna just sit there and be like, "Shut up, you're a prick. No, your opinions don't matter."
Yeah. See, the thing, the problem is we've now got a generation of and kids and teenagers and young adults who there's no consequence to their actions.
Yeah, when we were young,
There's a ban button. I've just shown that there's a consequence.
No, there isn't really. You get banned for 4 weeks. I'll just open another. I'll just go.
Imagine this, right? I'm going to pose you a scenario. Imagine a entire generation of kids that happen to have their social abilities stunted by, I don't know, let's say a pandemic for 2 years, where they weren't allowed to see their friends, they weren't allowed to actually go outside and learn about these social inclusive elements.
Yeah.
And they find it really difficult to speak to people. They find it really difficult to be in front of people and actually have those social interactions.
Yeah.
And they're giving an outlet on a social platform where they can run around, they can do things, they can see their friends, they can meet people and form relationships, which VR, in my opinion, has been huge for allowing the younger generation in order to achieve. Like, I wouldn't have met you two had it not been for Population 1 and stuff, for instance, right? That has created that social outlet for us, in the same way that I met Henry, in the same way that I've met Taz, in the same way that I met Weeble and people when we were playing Contractors. Like, this is huge. Now, imagine that they don't have the money to go and buy these other games, but GTAG's free, right?
Yeah.
So they put some of these kids, that is their entire social outlet. And if you get banned for something that you didn't do, or let's say for something you did do on a platform that is that meaningful to you, 4 weeks is a very long time.
Yeah, I can see that point of view. Yeah.
It's a very long time. And I say this, and I'm quite passionate about it because I have 2 kids that went through this. Like, one of them, his social ability to interact because of the pandemic was hugely stunted. But my daughter is also autistic, right? There is a further level to that, and she uses that as a huge outlet for her. She can actually interact with people. She has friends on there that she's never met in real life.
Yeah.
That I can name because I hear her shouting the names all over the living room and stuff, right?
Yeah.
And it can be a huge thing. I'm not saying that my opinion is law by any stretch of the imagination. What I'm saying, I just want people to understand the other side of it and the consequence of being banned from games that, especially for kids that can't afford other games and things, that can be a huge consequence for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose you got to remember that. I mean, I grew up in a time where there were no, like, video games weren't much of a thing. I mean, we had video games, but it was like I was restricted to, like, playing for an hour because my mother thought my eyes were going to turn square. But I spent all of my time outside with my friends.
Sorry.
Go on, Indy, because I know what you're going to say, because I wanted to say it as well.
I'm not saying anything. I'm listening to Mac. Sorry, Mac.
You're going to say something about being the Stone Age, aren't you? Getting chased by dinosaurs, you fuck pricks.
I was going to say, now you literally strap screens to your face.
I know. And the weird thing is, since this started doing this 8 years ago, my eyesight has not deteriorated one bit. I've got the same prescription for my glasses that I had 8 years ago. I need glasses to read. That's it. My prescription has not got any worse or any better in that 8 years. So, yeah, my mother would be horrified that I was strapping something like that onto my face. But yeah,
Oh, you were trying to make a point there, Max. Sorry.
That was my point.
That's
I know. I wasn't trying to make a point. I was just trying to tell you that you were all horrible for treating me in my dotage. I am old, you know. You need to be respectful for me. I am the senior member of this podcast crew. Senior member of this podcast.
Dementia, all of that shit.
I'm going to get a T-shirt that says "senile member of the podcast crew."
Speaking of senile, should we talk about Human Fall Flat?
Yeah, let's talk about Human Fall Flat.
Us trying to figure out how to fucking climb for about half an hour on that train.
I breakfast in the morning. Dawn was like, I let the dog out for his like nighttime wee wee. He said, and all I could hear was you saying, like, laughing and then going, I can't breathe. He says, what was going on? So I showed her a clip of the live stream, and my wife was pissing herself laughing at me and Dyslexic trying to put, because you remember we put the plank down and you just ran across it. And then me and Pixis tried and it fell off, and we spent half an hour trying to put that plank back.
Yeah.
And it was like the biggest fail I've ever had, but me and Dyslexic couldn't concentrate because we were laughing so hard at every time, because it's like you got the big wobbly pencil and you're trying to control it with your big wobbly arms, and it's just like, oh, it was just so funny. It's just so funny.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a good laugh. It was a really good laugh. Just quickly, Mac, you've got something to do at 9, right?
Yeah, I've got a meeting at 9 o'clock.
So should we give it another 20 minutes or so?
I just need to literally just open a Google meeting and I'm gone.
All right,
so
9 then we're going to stop. Okay. No, it was good fun. It was a really good laugh. I played Human Fall Flat with my nephew like 5 years ago, whenever it was, and it was a good laugh. But I forgot how much of a laugh it was. But then playing it with adults was like a next level. Mac's back and stomach was hurting, and it was just hilarious. God. It was it's a really funny game, man. To look at it, you'd like, I don't know. It doesn't look like much, but it's just really funny. It's just the stupidity, and like it's just dumb. And I like the puzzles as well, like the environmental puzzles and stuff. That was really cool. Like there's different ways to solve them.
Yeah, I like the fact they threw red herrings in.
Yeah,
with the barrel and the plank, and we thought we had to put the plank on top of the barrel and flip each other across that gap.
Yeah, and
in the end, you just pushed the plank, and one of us stood at the end of it, and you just ran and jumped.
Yeah,
and we're like, hey, it was.
Yeah, no, it's really good fun. Did you play it, Sheree?
Not yet. It's another one of these games where I love the idea of playing it, but there's absolutely no way I'm going to make content with it.
Yeah.
Oh, you should, because I think you should. I think if you go back to my live stream and Indie's live stream and just see the stupid shit that happens, I think that's the kind of stuff that your target audience would enjoy.
Okay.
I really do.
I've looked at people playing it, and I've looked at the obviously like the release trailers and things, and I had the exact opposite thought.
Oh, okay. I think what you need to do is you need to play it with 3 friends.
Yeah.
So you need to. I don't think there was a lot of swearing. There might have been a little bit of swearing, but you just need to say, like, please don't swear, or you can beep it out or something. But I woke up in the morning and literally my abdominal muscles hurt, because there was a point where I was watching Indie try to climb up something and you couldn't quite figure out how to do it.
You couldn't figure out how to climb as well.
I got it in the end. It's like a momentum thing. You have to hang from you have to put both hands on, then you have to pull with both hands, and then quickly reach up with one and grab with the other, and you can actually climb up. But the way we got over the pencil, the plank of wood problem, was in the end. I just said, I said to Pixar, Dyslexia, sorry, sod this, and I just ran. I just went, and I was literally doing it I was going, and eventually I got across, and I was like, we spent half an hour trying to put that bloody plank of wood there.
There was one.
See, the thing is, so that everyone's aware before Indy says whatever he's going to say, I wasn't invited to this little love-in.
Well, you don't live stream anymore, so
No, but I could have jumped on yours.
yes, okay, right. I'm very sorry. I'll invite you. Sorry, Indy. You were going to say
he was too
before we
busy
so rudely
scratching
interrupted.
grandma's nipples with his cat claws. I think. What was I going to say? No, one of the funniest bits
You
for
just
me.
giving them an idea for a video.
Yeah, that's the kind of shit I'd like to make.
Sorry.
One of the funniest parts was like you were learning how to climb, and you were going. So what you got to do is bend over and then put one over, but you hold like you were figuring out how to do it, right? But you weren't with me. You were later on the level because you left me behind. And the thing is, I thought you were talking to me, so I was there holding this position where I was bent over for about 20 seconds, and I was waiting for you to tell me what to do, but you weren't actually talking to me. That was quite funny. But yeah, Human Fall Flat is a good laugh. It's a tenner. I think it was £8 or something. Definitely worth getting. I don't know. I think I had more fun in that than, I mean, Among Us is something we haven't done for ages, and that's something we really got to fucking do.
Yeah, Among Us is really. I do apologise to your cousin, but he's not invited.
He sold his headset because we don't play Among Us.
Oh,
with
did
him.
he?
Yeah, his Inquility sold his headset. So we can
sorry,
make it public
I
when we play.
I apologise, Enquility, but you're too fucking good at it. Well, I was running around not having a clue what to do, and he was like, "Oh, do you remember the one where he went? We started the game, and the lights went off, and he hit the button straight away, and he said, I know who that is, because who was that Russian git that we used to play with?
HG.
HG.
HB,
He went,
sorry.
HB. He went because every time HB is one of the traitors, he always turns the lights off first. And we were all like, oh, okay. So we voted, and sure enough, HB went drifting off into space.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, God. Yeah. Which we still hope he is still drifting off into space.
He's still around. I think I'm still friends with him on Steam, maybe. I've seen his name somewhere. Yeah, also, do you want to say anything else about not Gorilla Tag? You know what I mean? What we're just talking about?
Human Fall Flat.
Yeah. Anyone? Mike?
No, I mean...
no, fine.
We'll do another stream. We'll just not tell Shu about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I want to talk about this.
If anyone gets invited to play with these two, I'll pay you not to now.
Oh, fuck me.
and he can afford it. So go for your biggest rate.
I want to talk about this game I played. It's called Rusty's Day Off. Janitor. Fuck me, get the name right, mate. Jesus. Janitor and Duty, I think it's called. Give me a minute, I'll tell you.
It's Rusty's Day Off. Yeah, Janet. Yeah, Christ. What is it? Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah, Rusty's
Sounds like a long name, whatever it is.
Janitor on Duty. Okay, so that it's like a non-VR game, and the developer loves VR so much that he made a VR version mod or whatever you want to call it. And so I decided to play it, and I wasn't expecting much, but I really enjoyed it. It was a really well-made game. It took me like 3.5 hours to beat. One of the bosses took me almost an hour to figure out. Yeah. You may speak.
Can I just say it's not a short game. That is chapter 1.
Yeah, that's just chapter 1, yeah. Have you played it, Matt?
I just wanted to point that out. No, I haven't. No, I've downloaded it, but I know we'll get round to it. But
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's going to be a couple of weeks break between Metro Awakening release and Behemoth, and I've got lots of stuff planned.
Okay. So I'm not going to give spoilers and stuff. So it was really good fun. It had little sprinklings of like a little bit of Half-Life, a little bit of oh, for fuck's sake, what's that? Vertigo. Vertigo as well. A bit of kind of Borderlands. I had puzzles in it. Had really good like the guns were really cool.
Grad.
Sorry, Borderlands.
It looks a bit like Grad.
Yeah. It's just like I wasn't expecting it to be that good, and I played it, and I was like, "Wow, that was fucking great! It was really good." I really enjoyed it. I wish there was more, man. I really wish there was more.
Yeah, we were talking about it just like randomly in a phone conversation, and your enthusiasm was like, I was like, oh, I have to play this. So I've actually downloaded it, but I haven't had the chance to play it because there is a demo as well.
Yeah, there's a demo. Yeah. So it's like a British developer, British Vertigo, a British developer solo. Took him 5 years to make, and I really fucking enjoyed it. It's been ages since I enjoyed the game like that, especially in VR. I'm looking forward to part 2, which he hasn't started yet, so it's going to be a while. But yeah, the reason.
Didn't like Batman then? Oh, sorry. That's a different conversation.
Oh no, I enjoyed that 3.5 hours.
We've gone back in time.
More than fucking Batman and Assassin's Creed put together. It's like Ezio when Batman had a baby. So I really did enjoy that game, and I went in thinking I'm not sure about this, because the trailers in VR don't do justice.
No,
but I really enjoy. So yeah, I'm gonna give away a key for it. So guys, I was meant to say this right at the beginning. I've got a key to give away. So I don't know how we want to do that. Do a spin or whatever between our chats. Do you want to do that?
Yeah.
Should we do it at the end?
Everybody that's in the chat gets a chance to win the key. Yeah.
Should we do that now? Yeah.
No, I think for everyone in the chat, I think we should do it. Everyone in the chat now.
Yeah.
Just say Rusty, and I'll put you into a wheel.
There you go. Cheers, mate.
I'm guessing that Weeble's going to be the first one to type Rusty.
It's PCVR only, by the way. PCVR only. So if you've got a quest, sorry. Zanquility's entering, but he hasn't got fucking. I guess you can play the flat screen version, Zanquility, and just not be immersed. It's still a good game. Max chat as well, by the way. There you go.
Evil Kings is in, Fitz is in, Dyslexic is in.
If you...
Pixis is in. God, I'm surprised that Weeble isn't there. Mind you, he's probably going R-U-S.
Sorry, Dave. Leave Weeble alone.
Leave Weeble alone. It's a new meme.
But honestly, like, you might think it's shit, but I actually thought it was one of the best games I've played this year, to be honest. So it's really like my cup of tea.
Excellent.
And Mac might be doing some content on it as well.
I am, yeah. I've got a key. I've downloaded it. Once the Metro Awakening Batman hype has died down, I'll probably do something with it next week.
Okay, so Butters has just said, while you talk about how Meta needs to do something with their store.
Oh, God, yeah. Since they opened, since they had like App Lab, and then they opened it out into the main store, and now the main store is flooded with shovelware.
I haven't seen it.
It's really difficult. It's really difficult to find the good stuff.
So is it a browsing issue that you're talking about?
Yeah, and it always has been with the Metastorm. Do you remember when they opened App Labs and you tried to search for something on App Lab and it would give you a list of games and then say, would you like to look at the stuff that's available on App Lab? And you had to fucking click the button and then it would go, oh yeah, there's the game you were searching for. And you're like, fuck yeah, it's not good. It's not good. There's a lot of people, knowledgeable people complaining about it.
Yeah.
I'm not claiming to be knowledgeable on it, but there you go.
Yeah. I haven't seen it. I rarely actually go on the Quest store, to be honest, so I'm not 100%.
Slow Coach is in.
I
Weeble's
don't
in.
need to wheel. Oh, fuck's sake. Where did Weeble
Don't worry, I'm keeping an eye on it. All the names are on. We have 12 names at the moment.
All right. Yeah. Do you want to spin? I think everyone's had enough time.
Oh, that was enthusiastic. Okay, yeah, let's spin to win. Weeble, you missed out by a single click.
Yes. I mean, sorry, Weeble.
It goes to Mickey Burr.
Congratulations, Mickey.
Mickey Burr, get in contact. Go on the Discord. Get in contact with Serge. He'll sort you out. With Indy, he'll sort you out.
Yeah, Mickey Burr is one of my channel members. So
then, if it was rigged, it would have gone to Weeble.
Yeah, Mickey, just have me in my description. Has got my Discord. I'll send you the key over, mate. If you just send me a message or whatever,
Or DM me, and I'll. If you don't know where his Discord is, just DM me, and I'll pass it on to you, mate. We can sort it.
Yeah. Whatever, mate. Or I can put it in the chat, and we can do like a double or quits.
Ooh.
Either you get so you can have 2 games, right? Or you can put the other one, gamble it in chat, and just see if someone picks it up.
No, I think he's going to take the game.
Yeah, no. Yeah, it's on PC only, but it's I honestly really enjoyed it. But a really good breath of fresh air, because 2023 was great for indie games, because I think because of the whole pandemic stuff, and people were bringing out games in 2023 more, but this year hasn't been as kind of enjoyable for me. Like I haven't played many that stand out, to be honest, so compared to last year.
Yeah, I must admit, I agree with you. It's been very difficult for me to have time to sit back and enjoy a video game. But this last week, I've played Batman Arkham Shadow, and I've played all the way through Metro Awakening.
You haven't, Mac?
No, I haven't played all the way through Metro Awakening. I've played the 45-minute demo, and it was really good.
Cool, right. What else do you want to talk about?
Move along quickly.
That's it, man.
Oh no,
Me.
going back to Batman. Sorry, I do apologize. This isn't about the gameplay or anything like that.
Thanks for watching, guys. We'll catch you next time.
Catch you. Yeah, bye.
Fucking
No, so this is a thing. I got contacted by a guy who said, I've got Batman Arkham Shadow working on Quest 2, and it works perfectly well if you use the who's that guy, the amazing Quest Optimizer guy. Can't remember his name. His name's gone up my head.
Guy got in.
No. The Quest. Anyway, if you have the Quest Optimizer app on your headset, which you have to sideload through SideQuest, he said he got Batman Arkham Shadow working on a Quest 2, and it looks really good and runs pretty well.
Okay.
So there's hope for all of us. So anything else you want to talk about? Upcoming games. I would like to talk about upcoming games because there are 3 games that I'm very, very excited about, and I think 2 of them I think you know about, and one of them maybe not.
Okay, we talked about the other 2 already, so let's talk about the one that we don't know about. If you're allowed to talk about it, or if
No, we can. No, it's public knowledge. It's the remake of Wanderer, which is called Fragments of Fate. It got delayed, and it's now coming out in December.
Yeah,
I do believe that's the rumor. Now, Shuey is the only one here, I think, who actually played the original, and you had issues.
And it was phenomenal. It was no. Right, so yes, there was a singular mechanic issue, but the rest of the game was amazing. The puzzles are great. The story is great. Like it was one of the few times where a game that seemed like it should be actiony but wasn't actiony. I wasn't annoyed about there wasn't any action. It was just it worked phenomenally well all the way through. It was intriguing the entire way through. There was no point during a puzzle where you were just like, oh man, I'm so bored. Like it was constantly like, I need to get this puzzle done because I need to find out what's going to happen next. Like I was like that the entire way through.
Yeah.
And some of the puzzles, man, are just so like. This isn't a spoiler, by the way. If you go and play the original either on PSVR 1 or on PCVR, there are in the very first bit that you're in, there are so many key puzzle items within that area for very late in the game, which is just insane. And they're all interactable from the very moment you get in as well. But yeah, the new one, it looks like they've added some action to it, which I didn't think it needed, but I understand that in order to get it off the ground for the majority of people, yes, it might do. I'm really hyped for it.
Is there a bit, because I've seen the bit where the girl's got the drumsticks and it pans around. Is that Woodstock?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, that looks amazing.
Weren't you there, Matt?
Because she's actually like playing the fuck off. I was 2 years old, all right?
So yes, then.
See, Weeble.
I think
the elder abuse just continues.
I played.
You know, if I was like, well, no, let's not go there.
I played.
Elder abuse is wrong. Sorry.
I played most of not most of it. I played a good amount of it on PCVR, which it is coming to, right? It's not just Quest, this one.
Yeah, it is coming to PSVR too.
I thought it was really good from what I played. Just never finished it.
Yeah.
Yeah, honestly, I would wait for the new one. If you were considering going and finishing it, I would just wait for the new one from the look of things.
Yeah, sounds excellent. So the next nearest one is Behemoth on December the 5th, which looks like a crazy sort of combination of Blade and Sorcery and
Shadow of the Colossus.
Shadow of the Colossus. That looks so good. And people I know who have played it said, and these are people I respect, they've said, yeah, this is proper AAA.
Those same. No, I'm not going to ask that question.
Indie, are you aware of Behemoth? Do you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you have any thoughts on it?
No, not really.
Okay.
I'll play it when it comes out.
I am looking forward to
me.
Behemoth.
Yeah, I don't go for the hype shit, so I'd rather just play the game.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, Pixie just asked, Metro's out in 2 days. No, it's not. It's
Tomorrow.
out on the 7th of November, 6 p.m. UK time, 10 a.m. Pacific, I do believe. But you will find out whether it's good or not on Tuesday, because that's when the embargo lifts. And no doubt there'll be a lot of content about it. So
I imagine there'll be incredible amounts of content.
There'll be incredible amounts. So I've got access to the Quest 3 version, and I've got access to the PCVR version. And that's all I'm going to say. So the last one, which we were at EGX. I don't think you weren't on John Hibben's table, were you?
No.
Chewy? Okay, so he was waxing lyrical about Alien Romulus, and I'm a massive Alien fan.
Yep.
Indie, Aliens, Alien.
Yeah. Same answer as before. I'm just gonna fucking wait till I play it. I don't listen to.
I want to know. Are you a fan of that particular movie franchise?
I watched the Aliens. I think I've seen all of them. Pretty sure I've seen all of them. I actually I've downloaded some of them, and then Dips is like, "Oh, you need to download them in order and watch it in chronological order." I don't know what the fuck he was on about.
Chronological order is a bit weird,
but yeah,
because the shit ones come first. So you should watch Aliens, and then watch Romulus.
Okay. I'm not even saying I'm going to, but I do have them ready to watch. But I couldn't say. I thought the films are all right. Yeah. I'm not like Shuey's read the comics and the porno mags and stuff, and I'm sure you're a massive, like, the same thing as Batman, right?
Yeah.
I would argue it's even worse with me with Alien.
Ooh. You got a little Xenomorph outfit.
I'm like, so I've got a Ripley poster from Aliens on my wall, and I have all my top films are actually on my wall. You can't see them in the man cave because I try to keep it to this bit. But Aliens. What? Somebody just said something.
Weeble! Wash your mouth out with soap, my friend.
Aliens is my favorite. Alien. I think I was a bit too young to appreciate it because I think it scared the bejeebers out of me. But I really enjoyed Alien Romulus because I thought there was lots of nods to certain tropes that the films do, but I think it was its own thing, which I really appreciated.
Yeah, no, I really liked it. I think it fit well within the universe without breaking any of the lore. The only thing that I would argue was a little bit weird, and then I think that they needed to. I think it was a good idea to add, but it doesn't make sense. Is the auto targeting cannon?
Oh, the yeah, I remember
which
that,
I think is genius, and it makes sense because this is an untrained person. Like, she's not a weapons expert. She's
Yeah.
essentially an indentured servant on a labor colony. For her to be able to shoot all of these different things, I think that was a really good idea. However, it doesn't make sense that that doesn't exist in Aliens, which would be the next chronological movie.
Oh, of course, because it was the Nostromo that they found.
Oh, fuck me, guys.
It was the wreckage of the Nostromo.
Sorry, spoiler.
No, it's just like, what the fuck is a Nostromo? Dips is saying he's defying your dementia, by the way. He's saying Alien Romulus comes between aliens and aliens. Alien and aliens.
Yeah,
which is correct.
No,
Okay.
it is correct chronologically, but in my favorite films, it's Aliens, Alien, Romulus. You see what I mean? So 1, Aliens, 2, Alien, 3, Aliens, Romulus.
I
My
am not
preference.
going to Beyond,
sure, mate.
as far as I'm aware.
Can I
What is
ask?
Beyond?
Can I ask how Weeble has a channel membership? I take it he won that in some kind of gifting. There's no way he paid for a channel membership.
Weeble is one of my longest serving channel members, and he did actually buy his channel membership, and he has stuck by me for a lot of years, and I will not have anything bad said about him.
Fucking
But
dementias
unfortunately,
together.
Weeble, Alien Romulus is pretty good, so you are wrong.
Weeble was a channel
that count.
member of my channel for 2 months, just at random, but it's because he won the memberships.
Well,
So I'm just reading
yeah.
about Beyond.
Yeah, I'm not going to
what
Beyond.
is it? Right,
It's a conference.
So Butters, the way they chronologically works is Alien on the Nostromo with Ripley, and then Alien Romulus is in between the that and Aliens, because excuse me, timeline wise, it's in between Alien and Aliens because Ripley was frozen for 80 years, I think. Was she 8?
Yeah.
She frozen, yeah, she's frozen for 80 years. So when she came out of frozen isolation, she actually found out that her daughter had grown old and died. So Alien Romulus is like set in the middle, in between Alien timeline and Aliens.
And if you want something that goes in between that as well, you can also play
Isolation.
Isolation.
God. So
And
this is
soon Isolation too.
yeah. So yeah, Alien fucking hell, what's the actual game called? Rogue
Isolation.
Incursion.
Oh, Rogue Incursion. You want about the VR
Alien
one?
Rogue Incursion is out on the 19th of December. So there's going to be a lot of kids who've got Quest 3S's for Christmas who are going to be crapping themselves on Christmas Day. Which
Mate, I cannot wait. I may actually take 2 days off just to play it.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's also going to be really good is all of the Batman Arkham Asylum Thanksgiving Christmas videos where they punch the brand new 65-inch fucking OLED TV. That is going to be something to watch. Because I've still got the scar on my hand. The first day of playing Batman Arkham Asylum, I punched my sim rig and ended up with a big fucking cut and a massive bruise on my fist. Because I was like, I knocked somebody up in the air and I was like, yes! Bent right down, punched him straight in the face and smacked my hand off my sim rig and ended up with a big bruise. So yeah, there's going to be a lot of those videos. Should be good.
It's all right. I am cat destroyed one of my key lights, so that was fun.
Yeah, well,
Roto VR.
Yeah, we can briefly go over Roto VR. That was an interesting experience.
It was. Sorry, Indy, you this excludes you a little bit because you weren't there. But yeah, so EGX was a complete and utter fucking disaster if you were a VR gamer. Because there were basically 2 VR games there, which were both indies, and one of them was like a student project. But on the other side of the booth, there was this thing called the Roto VR chair, which I'd seen Tigress and Grumpy Duck. I think Grumpy Duck got one as well, didn't he? Was it Grumpy Duck?
Yes, he has one.
Yeah, Grumpy
You played
Duck.
Batman in it.
He did, yeah. So I'd seen them and I was like, that's it's a bit gimmicky, that, I'm afraid. But so we got talking to the developers.
Hang on, do we want to explain what Roto Chair is first?
I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
So at the booth, we got talking to Elliot, who's the engineer, and basically it's a chair, and you have a little sensor which you put on top of your headset, and everything is wireless. Everything is wired into the chair, and then using engineering, which I don't understand, you can then get USB up to the headset, and you have this little dongle, and you can play. I play Batman on my Quest 3 because I said to him I don't want to play because they had like a roller coaster shooty thingy, and I was like, no, I'm not interested in that. I want to play Batman because I'm into Batman and I want to see whether it works with the Roto Chair. So I sat down, a little bit sort of apprehensive that it wasn't going to work. Went into the first scenario in Batman where you free the three policemen, but you've got to fight 4 guys. And I came away and I was like, yeah, that is actually really good. It works really well. And I went back on the Saturday, sat in the chair. So basically what it is it's a chair where when you move your head, the chair moves. So you don't need to move the sticks on your controller. So if you're playing Batman specifically and you're in combat, you just have to look and the chair turns. So on Saturday, I went back and I spoke to Elliot, the engineer behind it. And I said, no, turn it up to 11. I want like the full experience because they had damped it down for people who weren't used to VR. And he was like, yep, okay. And he turned it all the way up, had all the full rumble on. I played Batman on one of the harder bits where you go through the theater screen and you're fighting against 10 guys. And it was amazing. Absolutely amazing. I thought it was just really, really clever use of VR and motion. It was brilliant. Did you try it?
No, I didn't. I was going to go back on the Sunday and try it, but when I got back there, it was so overcrowded by people that I just wasn't feeling it. Plus, I was hungover. Like, I was hanging out of my anus. So, yeah, no, I couldn't bring myself to get on it in the end.
Thanks for the gifted sub, Classy.
Cheers, Classy. Absolute superstar.
Does that it gives subs to random people, right? Not people that are watching.
No, that gives memberships to people who are in your chat.
Okay, I was just wondering because, yeah, no, yes. Okay, no, I was just wondering because, yeah.
So what was the question that was asked? Because you said that's a fair point. I considered that.
Oh, it was just Dips. He said the guns in Romulus were not for military, as it was a science expedition. So, in my opinion, makes sense and a precursor to the big guns in Aliens, which were attached by an arm to the back.
Yeah,
that wasn't the only guns that they were using. Like, they were using a downgraded version of the one in Romulus because that was the pulse rifle.
Yeah.
But yeah. No, it's I will take that because it's probably the best explanation we're going to get given, to be honest.
So we will just ask no motion sickness on the rotor. So I'm going to use an example here. So as you know, Clickster works in a VR arcade and he can't do the VR roller coasters because they make him feel ill. So he did the demo of the VR roller coaster where you were like moving and shooting things, and he got off it and he said, I didn't feel any motion sickness. I want one of these for my arcade because I think it'll be perfect for the roller coaster because you get the movement based on where you're looking. So yeah, that's.
Can I just point out, actually, while we're talking about EGX and the stuff that was there, and this is a game that I really think that Indy should actually try because I think you would actually enjoy it. Was the university, the guys that came out of university that had made the Cyborg game? What was it called? Was the Eye? Yeah. So this is a genius idea for a VR game, right? If someone had told me, if I hadn't actually seen what they'd done with it, and someone had told me the basic idea for this game, I would have gone like, that is fantastic, make that game, right? This game is, the idea is you're a cyborg, and it's a puzzle-solving game for the most part. You're a cyborg agent trying to break into this place, and the main mechanic of this is that you can take out one of your eyes and throw it down chutes and things. right? So you can throw it down like air vents and stuff, so that you can see in the room. You can attach it to ceilings, so that you can look down at where the guards are walking and stuff. And you literally close your eyes to see out of which eye you want to see out of, your actual physical body, or you're essentially security camera cyborg guy that you can throw wherever you want. And like, obviously you can keep both eyes open at the same time, but I thought that was genius. Like, you're not just flicking between the two things, you're literally using two screens, which I thought was an amazing use case for VR. Like, really props to these guys. I thought that was fantastic.
It's funny because that's probably what the doctor's going to be doing to your eyes soon.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be pulling out one of my eyes, throwing it at a ceiling and being like, "Can you still see? Is that all right?"
Put it under his nutsack. Can you still see?
But yeah, no, I can't get over the level of ingenuity people still have. And this isn't from a AAA company. This isn't from a big this is just from a small group of people that were in university, that came out of university and finished their game. And
Is his name Harry?
Oh, whatever it was, he had such good energy, man.
If you go back and watch the EGX virtual reality showcase starring Callum Hurley, you'll see Harry. He does like a little presentation. He's just like a little bundle of energy. He was amazing, wasn't he?
Yeah. No, really good idea, really well executed. I'm not sure when the game is going to be available, but that should, if you really like stuff that utilizes VR rather than is just inside VR, go and check it out because it will be great. What was the name again, Mac?
Sight Unseen.
Sight Unseen. But yeah, go and watch the VR showcase. Because that features quite a lot of decent stuff and some small indie stuff as well as some new information on things like Cold VR, that they're now actually going to have a proper story mode and things similar to I can't think of the game that it's based off.
Cold VR looks really good.
Cold VR does look really good.
It's kind of like Pistol Whip and Super Hot in reverse, because you have to keep moving to survive. Yeah. Okay.
But,
right. So I have to. Unfortunately, guys, I've got to wrap. So if you want to carry on, that's up to you.
No, I'm good with wrapping because I am extremely tired anyway. But no, thank you very much, gentlemen. Indy, if you want to continue this on your own, you're more than...
Yeah, I'm all right. I would like to talk about what I really think about Batman when Mac's not here. No.
I thought you were going to say that I'm about to launch my new rap career, and this seems like as good a time as any to give you a live demo.
No, cheers, guys. We will catch you in another 2 weeks, everyone.
Yes, indeedy.
Yes,
Okay.
we will. Let's see. We will be able to talk about Metro Awakening 2 weeks from now. No. Okay. So, it'll be the 28th. So we're going to be just shy of Behemoth.
It'll be the 18th, Mac.
18th, sorry. We'll be a couple of weeks shy of Behemoth, so we won't be able to talk about that.
Did neither of you do maths at school? The 18th will be a week. 2 weeks will be the 25th.
I used Roman numerals, so for me it was XIV days from now.
Oh, the 20th.
Brilliant.
Yeah, at some point we'll be
and
back.
actually, that in Roman numerals was actually correct. Would you believe?
Oh no! I did think about it for a second and worked it out. Yes, no. I if anything, I will applaud you for that. Well done, Mac.
Well done.
You can work out stuff like it's like if you were to say, by the way, I can also speak Latin. It means literally nothing in the modern age.
I know. Yeah, I can also use one of those. Yeah, okay. Right. So I hope you enjoyed it. I've been Mac in VR. My esteemed colleagues have been IndieVR.
Thank you very much, gentlemen. It's been a pleasure.
And the legend that is Shuey.
I have been.
Exactly. Right, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on the other side.
Later,
Signing
people.
out.
See you later, guys.
Bye.
Bye.